let us rejoice and be glad that we're in it. I greet you and welcome you to the church and our online people as well to our service. And I'd like you just to hug your neighbor and say welcome and glad to see you this Sunday morning. Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather together in the spirit of love. We thank you for the speakers and for the congregation that is here today and those people that are online watching us, knowing that your word is going forward to help them the best way that we can. We ask you, Heavenly Father, that the highest and the best of what is necessary will come through all of your workers today. Amen. Be seated. Well, we have a lot of wonderful people here today that are, some of them are from First United Spiritualist Church that have come to watch Derrick speak. They've watched him speak many times. And many times people know that Derrick's speaking. They usually will come out and enjoy the numbers. So we're really glad to see you. I'd like to welcome Reverend Jeannie Martin. And I'm on the roster with me today. Well, first of all, we'd like to say thank you to Iris for her ministry of music. And Derrick Whiteskycloud will be our speaker. And Lynn White is going to chair for Derrick. Lynn has been a student of Derrick's and has come along so well now that she's also going to do clairvoyance with Derrick at the end of the service. So I'm going to turn the service over to you now.
That's a lot of pressure when you're up here with your teacher. I think what we're going to do is start with hymn number 47 in the garden. Number 9. Page number,
I got 47.
yeah, number 47. What is that? In the garden? No, there's a big garden on 21.
No, that's a different one. Oh, that's the one that's 41. It's number 47.
Leaning on the everlasting arms.
Have I put the wrong one? What number is that?
Number 9.
What number? 9?
It's 9.
All right,
Number 9.
Okay, change to number 9. That was my fault. Yeah, we may have
I'm testing my skills to go through that
we are.
smoothly. Number 9, please. Number 9.
I must have copied it from last week. So bear with me. This is a joyful.
say good morning to everybody, and thank you so much for coming today on July 1st. So for 140 years old. Can you hear me? It's taller? Yeah. Our 140th birthday. I didn't know you were that old. You've been around for a few times in this world.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased to be able to introduce Derrick to you all. He has been the most wonderful mentor. I first went to Derrick to take a healing course, Wing Chi. I never in my life thought I would be going into many different areas, especially mediumship. That just threw me, because I was really focused on the healing, and I just love doing both so very much. And he has been such a fantastic teacher, and we've had such a great time in the classes. We've gone on paranormal investigations, and it's just been a wonderful 3 years, and I look forward to keep learning with him and learning from everybody else I meet as well. So I'm so thankful. Barbara and Ozzy have opened up another place for us to come and learn and worship, as well as Kincaid. It's wonderful to see spiritualism growing, in this province. So it's just great to have two places we get to come to and learn from each other and be with each other. Derrick is a very talented psychic medium, and he's always made himself available to the spirit world through messages from those who passed away and gone to the other side. He's able to connect with those loved ones we just want some contentment and happiness with, and he's able to bring that to you, and it's quite remarkable. He also brings that comfort, healing, and direction for you when you're feeling a little lost in life and you don't know what road to take. Incredible person to get some direction from, because the direction he's given you is right from the ones that love you and for your guides, your angels, and family. His gifts for spiritual counseling, healing, wonderful teacher, mentor. He's a gifted healer and a shaman himself, and it shows in what he does in life. He has his own radio show, Between Two Worlds, on BBS Radio. If you have a chance, please listen online. It's always a really kind of neat and exciting program. He's also written his own book. He's an author of Spiritual Journeys, and it's a wonderful, wonderful read. And it's very interesting, because if you're going through a learning process like I have over the last few years, some of the things that I thought that's really strange, that's really bizarre, he had them. So I know that I'm not alone in this world, and I'm not as crazy as I thought. Just a little bit. Watch it, buddy. So I just thank you for all the gifts, all the support, all the help you've given me, and I hope you can share that with everybody here today. Please welcome Derrick.
Thank you, Derrick. Well, I was trying to figure out what to say regarding what has happened this last little while. We've been actually hearing about a lot of negative stories regarding things that are happening in this world. But you know what? The negative part of it, we always have a tendency hanging on to. You actually notice a lot of people out in this world actually always want to hang on to the negative. They have a difficult time hanging on to the positive. Why? Because we're so used to being taught of the negative side of ourselves, and it's actually passed down from our families. We always talk about the negative side, which basically means, if I want to bury myself 6 feet under because I work so hard, how parents are sometimes. You listen to the old ways, they always taught you that you got to work real hard. And if you don't work real hard, you're not going to be there. You have to struggle. And so what I've learned through my years growing up with my family, is having to not to look at the world as a struggle, because most people use that same phrase, it's hard. It's a struggle. I'm having a hard time with my life. Well, that's why God brought us here. Because it teaches how to become a stronger being, because we're called human beings first. We are light beings. We are who we are. And we learn to love ourselves and love our fellow man, because it's the important part. Never look at the negative sense of it, but look more positive. Does that make any sense? Right? A lot of us have a tendency of having to say, well, I'm having the difficulties with my health. I feel sick. I'm always sick. When I used to ask my dad, how are you doing? My father's phone calls from me to him, he's always saying, I'm sick. I'm not doing good. I never hear a thing from my father saying, well, I'm working on it. Or, it's a little difficult, but I'm still working on it. I don't hear that from him. And when my mom was living, when she passed away, God bless her soul, she passed away this year in May. I used to say to her, how are you doing? And she said, I'm doing good. That was her thinking, I'm doing good. Because I was told, Mom, she says, you always want to be negative. And she says, I hate it when your father always talks about negative things. Because all he ever did is he was used to learning from his father and his family from before him. So this way my mom has changed that chain. She's broken that chain thinking life's never a struggle. That's how it's brought to us. Now here we are. We're celebrating 140 years of Canada. This is our first date. For the first time, I'd like to thank Barb, Leonard, and the church for inviting me here, for participating in this moment to share with you what I want to share. I want to thank everyone for acknowledging my work, and I want to thank everyone for accepting me who I am. Because my father used to look at me and saying, well, if you get rid of that long hair, get rid of those cowboy boots, and get rid of those earrings, people will respect you. He did. All the years he'd say that. I said, Dad, who was the one that got me to wear earrings? Mom. Why? Because she wanted me to follow my background, my tradition. Because when I wear these earrings, it represents my manhood. I had these earrings pierced in my ears at the age of 15 years old. This is before Mr. T, if you remember him. Okay? I've worn earrings in my ears, and the first thing you say when the kids say to you in school, well, if it's on this side, you're gay. Really? You think? But other than that, I never let things get to me. I've actually always seen the world differently. When I was 18 years old, most of you may know my story. When I was 18 years old, I was killed in a car accident. But not really a car, as a truck. My dad gave it to me for my birthday. And being in Alberta, most back roads are all gravel. Poured gravel, never concrete. Mm-hmm. So anyways, I was 18 years old. I was driving into town. We lived on the farm, and I was driving 3 miles into town. Go get a pack of smokes. You know, it kills you to have an addiction. Doesn't it? Because I thought to myself, if I didn't go to town, I would still be here, Moscow land. But that actually never would have happened. Because we always look at the what ifs. And the thing is that when I came back after those few hours, they poured brand new gravel on that road. And when they poured that brand new gravel, I didn't pay no attention. You know, when you're 18 years old, I'm invincible. Okay? Behind that wheel. Gone. And what happens? And I'm sure some of you young guys know what it's like to drive a fast car. Right? And girls. Some are heavy-footed. You drive it very fast, and you lose control. Now, when I was young, we didn't have seat belts. They didn't exist. So we depend upon our strength with our arms on that steering wheel and hanging on good and tight. So if you're actually flipping out, your legs are up this way and your arms are over here like this. So you're looking like a fool behind the windshield. Right? But actually the thing is that when you're, it's true, isn't it? You have your legs like this up the window, you're looking like this. So in the meantime, you're trying to hang on to that seat, and that seat is never fabric or leather. It is so slippery, your butt goes forward into the steering wheel. You can't even hang on. All you're hanging on to is your foot to the floor and bracing. But you know what? I didn't have to brace forward because my truck is going sideways. So you're hanging onto the steering wheel like this, and all I can see straight in front of me is green grass and trees. And next thing you know, white light. I didn't feel a thing. All I remember seeing after I opened my eyes on the ground outside the truck. How I got out, I'll never know. But when I woke up, that truck was on its wheels and it crashed into a telephone pole on the roof. And it caved in the roof. Like I said, I don't know how I got out. But when I got up, the first thing my thoughts were, my dad's going to kill me. Because my dad just gave that to me as a gift at my birthday gift when I turned 18. Now, the 64 Ford in the floor, those are darn good trucks. Those things last you years. They're tough. The new cars today, wouldn't have made it. It's like paper. So I was actually very fortunate that I'm actually here. What the interesting part of it is, I remember 2 years before that, 16 years old, I was told actually that I would actually have the opportunity and the choice of leaving this world. Because I remember seeing this beautiful white light standing in front of me and saying, it's time to leave, you don't have to stay. And I was upset. Now here's a 16-year-old in front, standing in the middle of the driveway. There's nobody around me, just standing in the driveway and going like, I don't want to go, I want to stay. And how would a person respond to that? How would you ever say that to God? I don't want to go. Or would you rather say, okay, let's go. I'm enough of this. Most kids don't want to leave. They want to stay because they want to see what's going to happen out in this world. Right? The older ones, like myself, or even old enough to say, well, I've had enough of this, I can go anytime. And some will actually want to stay and outlive their life. And I've actually had a lot of clients say to me, when I look at their palms or read their life, and some will actually say to me, well, how long will I live till? Well, let me see. Well, the Spirit's telling me to be about 85 or 86 years of age, or even more. I don't want to live that old. Ooh, the wrinkles. Ooh, I can't stand it. 60 is fine, or 70 is fine, but 85, no. Why? Because they're not used to accepting what's in their past. They fear what they don't understand in the future. So no matter if it is age or if it's life itself. And the most part is you have to learn to overcome those fears. Learning to overcome that dread of saying, I'm still scared. I'm afraid what's going to happen next. How many of you have been watching horror movies throughout your years? Well, you've been watching too many movies. Yeah, because basically what you learn from a movie, from a theater, you begin to implant that into your thought thinking that you can't do it. Because if you didn't have a theater, a movie, and if you didn't have the boogeyman, you would have no idea what that person would look like in the spirit. All you would know and say, you look at them in that closet, because most kids in the closet, they look in the closet and say, there's somebody in there. Or there's somebody under my bed. How many of you guys out there, when you were young, or even now today, have fear of looking into your closet at times? I'm not talking about the dandruff in your underclothing. But how many of you actually have fear looking into your closet, think there's something in there? Okay, how many of you actually fear looking under your bed? I'm not talking about the golden thunder either. A lot of us actually have fear of what's under our bed when we're a child. We always think that someone's going to pull us under. Or you're laying in your bed, you got a closet. Now, most of you had your own room. Some of you didn't. But if you did have a closet, especially at nighttime, and the first thing you see, a little glance of light, just a little glance off that moonlight at nighttime, and that glance, and it's shining off that door, you swear that door is opening up, and there's nobody in there. You know that, but you swear that door's going. It's a little sound. You're going, oh. What do? Sheets over your head. You're hiding. What are you afraid of? Your clothes? What are you afraid of? What's under the bed? Look under the bed. Have no fear of it. The thing is that you're brought something in this world that actually is a love. Nothing but unconditional love. What's in your closet, you have to look inside yourself. You make opportunities and choices for yourself. Because when you open that closet, that tells you that you're ready for anything. When you open that door out of your home, you're ready for anything. Because faith is always in your hands. It is. If you look at people, say to you, talk to the hand. How many of you actually ever had that talk told you? Talk to the hand. Raise your hand. How many of you actually told that? Okay. Well, talk to the hand. I'm sure young girls in here going like, yeah, right. Duh. School. Duh. Clothing. Duh. Right? You're told this. I mean, no matter what generation we're still good. Or they'll go, they'll wipe the hand away. They're so afraid. But if you look at your hand, you begin to learn more about it. That hand is teaching you something. It's actually teaching you about what faith is, because it's in your hands. Faith is always in your hands. When you touch someone, when you're holding onto their hands, you're giving them faith. You're giving them love. When you're with someone, you're doing hospice work, you're by their side when they are leaving this world with us. In the hospital, those who are sick, you're by their side holding onto their hands or even just touching them. They appreciate you being close to them because you have faith. And the faith is in God. And you have faith in yourself. Because you believe yourself that you can do something to help that person to bring comfort for them. And that's the important part, is having believed in what you don't have to have fear of. When I was by my mom's side, and I watched her passing, to me it was joyous. I wasn't happy to see my mom go. I was joyous because I had the ability to see her step through the other side, and my brother took her by the hand and held on to her. That, to me, was love. And I made my peace with myself a long time ago. And I didn't have to carry no guilt feeling, because most people who pass away, and sometimes they pass away very quickly on us. And the first thing you think to yourself, oh, I wish I said something to them before they left you. Actually, how many of you actually thought those things? I would have, could have, should have talked to them before they passed. Oh, I should have spent some time before they left this world. Do you know what? You're given that time, that opportunity to make the choices and decisions for yourself, no matter how young or how old. If you weren't meant to see that person before they passed, that's just the way it is. And it's not because God judged you for that, because you weren't meant to be there. Because these people in spirit know that you're going to hear from them again. Guaranteed. You're going to hear from them again. Because after my mom passed, boy, is she kicking up dirt. I'm telling you, I'm hearing more from her now than ever before. And I don't have to go by telephone call. Hi, honey, how are you doing? Hi, Mom. Right? She's by my side. And the interesting part is, I love it. Because I was told ahead of time that whoever is of my parent, whatever parent goes first, will be helping me through. And when my father leaves this world, he'll be helping me too. And all your family that is in spirit, they're also giving you guidance. So the thing is that no matter how young or how old, and if anybody ever says to me, really think so? You think they're really helping me? Yeah, they are. Because if you didn't want their help, if you wanted no one's help, guess what? You're on your own. You think. Because they actually have ways of sneaking in behind you, like, it's okay. I'll pretend I'm not here. And that's what happens. So, and then years go by, you begin to think, are you sure they're with me? I haven't felt their presence for a long time. Because you're used to it now. You're so used to having them around you that you tend to forget the energy and that feeling, that emotional feeling. And that's what I've noticed through the years. And I've actually, with all my students that I've worked with and all the people that have actually moved on, have said to me, I don't get that same feeling as I had when I started off in our classes. Because you are feeling that you're so used to that energy, you're not having to expect it all the time. It's with you all the time. But in time, as you get older, it becomes even much more increasing. It begins to envelop you so much that your skills and your techniques become even more sensitive, that you'll even start talking to people in spirit by name, coming through by name. It's not just a mother, father figure, it's also by name. If they want to come through, they'll give you their last name. Or they'll give you their address or their phone number. Guaranteed. I'll tell you a story. When I was up in Slave Lake, Alberta, just last year, and I was doing some readings for this lady who, her husband used to be the mayor of the town. And she asked me to come in to do readings for a bunch of people. I was there for a whole week. I was scheduled to read this lady coming in specifically, and that early morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off, as usual, it's up at 8. And then I hear a phone ringing, and I heard this man's voice, hello, hello, is someone there? Can I talk to you, please? Hello, are you there? I need to leave you my phone number. Can you tell my family that I'm okay? That everything's fine? I haven't died yet, but I'm in a coma, but tell my daughter, my family, that I'm okay. By the way, here's my phone number, and they gave me the digits. By the way, don't forget, I'll tell you one more time, these are the digits. He gave me the number, I got by the bed, and I actually wrote the number down on my card. I put it in my shirt pocket, had a shower, got dressed, and the third client comes in that day, that morning. This woman comes in, and I got this feeling like, boom, it's her. She comes in, sits down, I said, your father's in the hospital, isn't he? She goes, yes. I said, in a coma? Yes. Let me tell you this, I think this is for you. I explained to her the story, and I passed her the card. She read the phone number on the back of the card. She says, my God, my father's phone number, he lives in Grand Prairie. And he actually was in a coma. But her father came through, not dead, but in a coma. Gave me the message that it was time to go, and he was happy, and it's time for this thing to happen. So it doesn't always mean that a person has to pass away. When a person's in a coma, they can also make contact with you in a dream time. So expect it, and you don't have to be a professional at it. They will come to you no matter what. They will speak to you and let you know how they're doing, and trust it. If there's a message for you to pass on to someone, and you don't have to be a professional. You don't have to be a professional. And if you feel obligated, if someone tells you, please let's share that with my family, don't be afraid. They're not going to hurt you. You don't have to work with the word psychic. It just means, it's a Greek word, it means soul. That's all it means, soul. You're just coming from the soul. You're trusting spirit. Give them that message. Don't be afraid. They're not going to judge you. Hey, I don't like that message. It's psychic. Right? But if you know from the heart that you believe in it, you're going to do well with that. Okay? In closing, I can thank you folks for letting me be here in front of you and to share my stories. But trust and have faith in yourself each day. No matter where you go, trust the path that you take. Trust it because your ancestors brought you here. Because this is why we're in Canada. Being in Canada, we are the proudest nation in the whole world. Why? Because we're a multicultural country and we are in a neutral zone. We're not meant to fight. We're put here for one reason, that's to be messengers and healers. No matter what it is, that's our job. Trust that. Don't listen to the radio every day and wait and hear something, oh, they bombed this, they killed that, they bombed this and killed that. Guess what? Get over it. Yes, you may have had a relative that actually was in the military that passed away or actually was proud to be in the military. That's fine. I'm glad. I have nothing against that. I carried the flag for our Métis Nation in the color guard last year. I was proud of my grandfather and my uncle for being in the military. I was proud of them to carry their way for our country to be protected. But if you look at it, being in Canada, we have to count our bullets. We don't shoot. We rather shake our fists and talk to a politician. That's true. So the thing is that always raise your hand in peace and have peace in your heart and love each other. Thank you.
Now it's the time we're going to do healing. A reminder, we are a healing ministry, and we have put a bowl for healing. It's up in the middle of the chairs. If you want to put somebody's name on there, you can just put the first name, as Barbara says. God knows who it's for. If you want to put that in there now, please do that. First names only. Or if you'd like to email, you can email on the Inner Garden website the name of the person you would like some healing for. And remember, where one prayer of thought is added to by another prayer of thought of the same intention, its power, it intensifies to the 10th power of perpetuity. This is why healing prayers are positive thoughts and are so necessary for healing facilitation and how miracles are created to heal us. During our healing meditation, our healing facilitators will be in the designated area. Should you choose to have a direct healing, please go and take one of the seats, and then one of the healers will look after you. Our intent in the audience also to receive that healing energy as well. And we would like you to join in on our meditation. We ask the rest of the congregation to participate by bringing healing from God, the source of all healing. To heal first oneself in the body, the mind, spirit, and send healing to others in need. Healing always in the direction of intention, thought, and prayer.
Find a comfortable position and take your thoughts inward and upward to a little spot in the universe where God resides and healing begins. Allow the energy to move through the tips of your toes, moving upwards, whirling round and round the body, and allow it to come out through the top of the head and flow over the body like a gentle summer rain. As you breathe in again, feel the energy bringing alive all the cells in the body that work together with all of the organs. And allow those organs to be like a wonderful symphony concert orchestra that play their instruments independently, but they play with such harmony and such rhythm that they are working for the whole beauty of the piece they are playing. And as you breathe the energy in and revitalize all of the energies in the body, in the cells, in the organs, know that you are doing that to bring healing to the whole. And as the energy comes in again through the toes, allow it to expand into the mind. Let the mind open and be receptive. Let the mind be positive and be healthy, so that it may touch the dreams, the ideas that God has to make you all that you can be. Allow those dreams, those thoughts, those energies to come through the mind to healthy growth, so that they will grow and produce the dream that God has for you. Breathing in again, allow yourself to come in touch with the Spirit, that part of yourself that is always perfect. And allow the Spirit to communicate to the mind and the body what it needs for this journey that it is having in this physical existence. And as you have healed your own self, body, mind, and spirit, be like a pebble in a great pond of energy, and allow your energy to move forward and ripple outward, and let it touch each member in the room. And joining together, allowing the energy to draw through everyone to facilitate the healing. Taking a deep breath now, think about outside of this room into the community of your family, the community around you, of your teachers and your leaders, and allow that energy to ripple out and touch all of them, so that they too may experience healing, the wonderful peace. Allow that energy now to go forward into the world and not only touch the world's leaders, but to touch the animals, the vegetation, the waters, the atmosphere, so that they may be healed. And let us be thankful to the animals and the vegetation and the minerals that give of themselves and serve us so greatly and feed us so well. Allow us now to reach out into the universe, into other parts of the universe that we are not familiar with, or many mansions in God's world that we are not aware of, every room and every mansion. But we send love and we send caring, for God promises us that love and healing is never ending. And all we need to do is ask. And the energy will follow the intention of the thought. And the healing will begin. Now, as we circle back to the seat of the soul, take a few moments just to sit quietly before you come back to your everyday, workaday world, to enjoy the tranquility and the peace of the healing area of your garden, the inner garden of healing. And know that you may visit here at any time. And God has promised the love and the healing is never ending. So open your hearts, your mind, and your hand. God bless you, and He sends His angels to keep after you.
Everybody back? I hope you enjoyed that time. I meant to mention before we started the healing that if you know anyone in the congregation or you have any loved ones, friends that are in need of healing and are hospitalized, so our pastoral ministers, healing facilitators may pray for those people, contact them or even pay them a visit to help in any way we can. So please, Julie, email us at the Inner Garden website, or you can call Barbara for that, but I meant to mention that earlier. I'm sorry I didn't do that. Announcements? Okay. Need a calendar. Is there a calendar in this? There we go. Also, in your book, there is another sheet, and it's all about Derrick Whiteskycloud. So please feel free to take one of those home with you when you go today. July 9th, Reverend Barbara Leonard will be here. July 16th, we have Ray Hell coming to speak, and he is going to, his experiences from, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Emissaries of Divine Light. So that should be a really neat day as well. July 22nd, Speaker of the Day will be announced. And then we're still looking at planning the Harvest Dinner and Dance, September 15th. Flyers will be going up, tickets will be going on sale in the next few weeks. And the date is subject to availability of getting the center here. It says non-perishable food for the hungry will be collected that evening, so we'll have a basket set up at the door so you can bring your goodwill donation for that. And also just want to see if any members are interested in doing a chapel picnic this summer. I think that's a great idea. It'd be a wonderful idea. And I think that's also at the end of the service, we'd like you to stay for refreshments, coffee, and conversation. I think that is. Is there anything else that... Anybody having a birthday, anniversary? Oh, we have a birthday. Today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What's your name? Your name? Teresa. Teresa, happy birthday. Was it your birthday as well? Just 40. 40. Well, happy 40th, Teresa. I think we need to do the birthday song. Take the 100 off there. Don't listen to him. Song next. And that is number 21, Garden of Life. Keith, can I ask you to pick one of the baskets there? It's on the other side. And we thank you for your goodwill offering.
Well, there's a couple of things that I'd like to mention, and that is that Joyce Slayman was going to be here this morning, except she was double booked. They had a wedding in her family, and then they had a wedding breakfast or afternoon or whatever. And it was her birthday as well. It's yours, Teresa, and Joyce as well. So we did sing happy birthday to her. I'd also like you to send good wishes to a very dear minister that has passed into spirit. I'm going to a celebration of life for her today. Elsie Milne, Reverend Elsie Milne, has been in spiritualism for almost as long as I have been, and she had her own church for the longest time in Vancouver, and then now she, up till just recently, had a healing center, and so we'd like some prayers for transition for her. I know that Elsie stepped over quite nicely, so I'll just say a few words for that. Thank you so much. And I'd like to say thank you to our wonderful speaker, Derrick. I don't think Lynn did a great job with charity. For her ministry of music. I'm going to turn it over to Derrick and to Lynn, who are both going to work clairvoyantly and show you the gift of spirit that God has given them. And if they should come to you and you do not want a message, say no thank you. You have to remember that we're being taped, that we're on air, and that if somebody doesn't want to hear their message given on the air, then just say no thank you, and they'll go on to somebody else. And if you would like a message, say thank you, and they will speak to you. But don't just sit there and nod, or don't just sit there and say nothing, because the phone rings, you always say hello. Thank you very much. God bless you. You guys want to use that, sir?
I also would like to acknowledge we have a Reverend Deacon who's quite ill as well, as Elwood. Right. He's actually from the First Native Spiritual Church. Apparently he's dealing with a small cancer within the system, so we're asking for a lot of prayers to help him through his healing. So I'll actually ask your prayers as much as you can. So if all of you can actually take a piece of paper and write Elwood's name down there, just put it in there, just kidding. He'd appreciate that.
2 L's and 2 O's.
2 L's and 2 O's. I've watched Elwood do his work, and this guy has got a big heart. He wants to help everybody. He does nothing but 100%. And he goes way over his 100%, and that's why he needs to rest now a little bit and to recuperate. So, anyway. I'd like to thank you, Barb, for introducing me here. Now, how many of you actually know what I do? Okay, how many of you actually never met me before? Oh, you're going to have fun with me. My work, when I come through to you, when I give anybody that message, you will hear from Spirit, because I'll give you exactly what I get. If you don't understand it, please, if you want to inquire more about it, if you want to confirm with me, please confirm with me, because I'd rather you tell me after, or if not before, whichever you prefer. But I will come to the person. I'll come to the person by name if necessary, because it appears that person will come through that way. He'll come through in the way, he or she will come through symbols, or through a journey, and even through your childhood. So whoever this person is, they'll tell me exactly what they need to tell you. Spirit comes through in a very loving way, and when they give you that message, you will know. Okay? Have you guys actually noticed the energy in this room is actually a little bit higher than you ever expected before? You know why? Because it's the presence of Spirit, and all your family stand behind you going like, pick me, pick me. Let's see now. I actually had a man's name come through here from the first. I want to say, I want to be on this side. Is there someone actually has a Richard Dickness name on this side of the room? Like a Richard name? Thank you. It's for you. Now, is this man older, like a father, grandfather to you, past? How is he related to you?
Yes.
Grandfather?
Yes.
Okay. He's actually coming through. I want to say this man with me to say to you, they actually show the military with him, because he actually shows himself in military uniform.
Yes.
Okay? He's actually saying to me, too, that he's actually around you more often. He's actually talking about the son that you either had or did not have, because he says,
yes,
I apologize to be with you.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
And he wants to say hello to you, and he loves you great dearly. Now, he says, I'm with Mom. That means that he's got Mom with him.
Right.
Okay? And he's actually telling me, too, that it's almost saying that one of the persons in your family is talking about doing a connection, or actually doing a travel to England, or traveling to England. They're going back there to visit. And there's actually a name Richmond as well.
No, that was...
Okay. The name Richmond, I'm not sure if there's a name Richmond in England, but they're saying Richmond.
I know Richmond, yeah.
Okay. So is this a person's name?
No, it's a town.
It's a town? Okay. They mentioned the name Richmond. Now, I've never been to England before. I have no idea. They're just telling me what I'm supposed to say to you. Okay? Now, he's also pointing out, too, that he's quite the entertainer. Because this guy actually shows me almost like as if he wants to be on the stage and dancing with me on the stage. And he's does good.
Well, he was an entertainer, but not on the stage.
Okay, that's fine. But he shows entertainment. Okay, thank you. So, anyways, he also says to me, no, who's this doll? Was there a lady by the name of Dolly? Okay, I'm getting a Dolly here all of a sudden. She's coming through. A lady by the name of Dolly. Who's she?
Dolly Tate, she's a telephone operator.
Yeah, right.
Serious?
Serious?
Yes.
Okay, she's living?
No.
She's passed?
Yes.
Okay, she's for you.
Okay.
Did you know her that well?
Yeah, I would phone Charlie Allen. Alan, Charlie.
Okay. She's actually coming through for, I guess, for you for sure. I'm also going to say that she really gets my attention. Thank you, sir. She really gets my attention because she actually shows me hearts to you. And she says, like it's saying love to you. And she's thanking you. She says, you two. Now, she actually says, you two are bonded. Like you guys are stuck. Like, really. Right? They're like hipsters. But I'm also to acknowledge the anniversary because it said anniversary to both of you. Now, I don't know when your anniversary, when's that?
Another month.
Okay, she's supposed to have the anniversary for both of you. Now, I'm also supposed to acknowledge the July 10th day. Who's July 10th?
July 11th is the fire of the grid.
No, 17th. July the 10th. She's talking about the July 10th. Actually, this date will come through for a reason. It'll come up. She's actually shows me two. I don't know why.
Sundays.
Yes. She's around that, and she talks about the sweat lodge and that sort of speak. She says she's going to be there. Okay, and she's going to be tapping you on the shoulder to get your attention. Okay, so that means that there's something that's going to happen. There's a young man who I want to say that you'll be helping. He's younger, much younger, and you're supposed to be helping him. So he'll be coming to you for help. I don't know who he is, but I'm getting this young man. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I believe so.
Okay, he's asking for your help, and he doesn't know how to say it, but he's quite shy. So he's going to be asking for your help, and you know him, she says. You know this man, this boy. It's like he needs your help. Okay? And you're helping him too, Sharon. And for some reason you have to help him too. Because like it's almost saying like you're giving him a gift to help him push, to help him not to be afraid. Okay? Thank you guys. Okay, now, I have a person in my head right now, and this is kind of cool, because this guy says, you know how we talk about, what's his name? Arthur King. He says, I have a dream. Okay? Somebody here is actually studying him right now on this side of the room. Like they're actually talking about him, Martin Luther King. And they actually talked about bringing him in, or talking about the story about Martin Luther King. And I'm not sure if the celebration about his birth date this coming month. But I want to say it's like a giving of light. This guy is of African American blood. And he's making contact with this person down here with either you or you. Let's say Jake. Okay. There's a young man here who's actually in spirit who wants to acknowledge you. He's of African American blood. Do you know who this young man is?
I would say yes.
He's passed.
He's present.
Okay, he's got somebody here with me and has a name King connected to Martin Luther King. But he shows me that color, kind of dark skin. He's acknowledging you. He's telling me that you either talk about going back to school, but you have to finish school. You haven't finished it.
No, I haven't.
No. You got to finish it because you keep talking about wanting to do something else, and you keep walking away from the responsibility. Okay, he's saying, stick it out, you have something to give. Okay, and he's really direct on because this is like the man, Martin Luther King, I'm getting his very strong presence. And he says, I have a dream, and that's about you. Okay? And it's for you. You have to listen to it. Don't walk away from this. Because if you give up, I will be very serious. Okay? I need this. I'm going to shoot from the hip. This is what I do for people. Don't ever touch drugs in your life ever again. Okay? That's what it's saying. You need to be good at what you do because you're good. You're very, very talented. Don't give up on your skill. Okay?